We are live, you guys. Welcome, everybody. We have a lot of people
Hi.
here. Okay, welcome, everyone. You have just tuned in with Unfiltered With Adorne. But we are live, you guys. You have been Unfiltered with Faith Adorne. We have a really great show tonight. I have a great guest that's in the house tonight. We have Nashville Recording Artist GRW from out in Nashville. So he's coming to talk about his album. He's coming to talk about cannabis 420. We want to know, like, understanding the cannabis laws from different states, and everybody's giving their own perspective. We're also going to be just discussing different topics and also concentrating on his music because the show is about him tonight. So I'm glad to have everybody tune in. Hello to all my guests. We're going to do a little bit something different tonight. I usually bring the resources tonight, and I'm not going to be able to do that tonight, but I am going to because we have a really full show. But I am going to give some advice in regards to when I have some people that reached out to me in regards to one to understand about maybe starting their own podcast show and signing up with Anchor. And I want to let you know that there's so many advantages with sign up with Anchor. One is free. I say this every week. You don't have to worry about a website. They give you a free platform, which is a very professional platform, so you can't go wrong with that. And I just say, step out on faith. The cool thing is, if you wanted to get into podcasting and setting up an account with Anchor, they don't charge you for it. It's free, the platform. You just have to come up with your podcast name. But you can actually podcast from your cell phone. You don't need a studio. You don't need a studio. And if you're into, like we have GRW on the panel tonight, he's my special guest. If you're into farming, if you're into a hairstylist or a makeup artist, or you enjoy cooking or just shopping, thrifting. There's so many different concepts of how you can blog and podcast. And the cool thing is you can do it right from your cell phone. So you don't even have to have a laptop. So there are the pros for me in regards to signing up with Anchor. I enjoy it. You can check my Anchor page out at Unfiltered with Faith Adorne. And that's every Friday. You can hear my audio at 11 p.m. So we're live on Thursdays at 9 p.m., but you can check my audio out on Spotify and Anchor at 11 p.m. every Friday. So there are the advantages. So we're going to start this show. I'm going to introduce my special guest, and we're going to get it popping tonight. I want to say thank you for everyone joining me tonight. How are you doing tonight, Gary?
I'm doing great. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You are live.
Wow. What an honor to be on your podcast this evening. We're coming live from Sacred Dog with Lisa Austin, my wife and partner in life.
Lisa.
Hey guys.
She's so gorgeous. Hi, Lisa. So, you guys, I love your background. I love your home. Everything is so nice. It seems like it's just so peaceful out there.
It is. It is peaceful, except when it's like completely crazy with the animals or something's going on.
I can't wait to hear about the animals tonight. So we're going to talk about the animals because you have a lot of good stuff going on. We're going to talk about the animals in regards to farming and your album and your music, the reggae mix that you have with
We're always
Gina Reed.
growing something.
Congratulations to that. You have a lot of good stuff. So for my viewers that are watching, I have my guest tonight. He's GRW. He's a Nashville recording artist. So he's the one I'm interviewing tonight. But I also have some great guests that's on the platform tonight that's sitting on within the online audience. We have Lorenzo from Hood Stars. He's an entrepreneur out in Michigan. Hi, Lorenzo. How are you? Hold on.
I think his
How you
mic's
do?
up.
How you doing?
How
How
you
you
doing?
doing, Faith?
I'm good. I'm good. How you doing tonight?
Want some water?
I'm
Okay.
so good.
We also have Corey out in Las Vegas. So he's gonna come and give us some good tea in regards to how the cannabis has been moving out there and just like the pros and cons out there. So how you doing, Corey? Corey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can be.
Okay, great, great. And then we have Miss Fanny. She's an
I'm
actual
sorry. I'm sorry.
actor. Fanny, you there?
Yes, I'm here. It's
Okay,
glad to
great.
be in your presence tonight.
Thank
Oh,
you for joining us.
I want to learn about this CBD. That's what I want to learn about.
You heard her, Lisa. She said she just came for the CBD. She came for your education, Lisa.
she said what?
I said, Lisa, she said that she can't wait to talk to you. She want to know about the farming and the CBD and just the different stuff.
Oh
She wants to
yeah,
hear from you.
nice. Yeah, I'm excited to talk with you, Annie. We can help give you
Okay.
some good advice on what's going
So
on.
let me give you guys a little bit of information about the artist that I'm interviewing tonight. He's a Nashville singer and he's also a songwriter, a producer. He's happily placed outside in the rigid lines of the contemporary music world. He has a lot of hits. He actually has a hit right now featuring Junior Reed, which is a reggae remix, and I'm going to play that tonight. And
Okay.
then we're going to be discussing his actual album, Marijuana Mallet Ballad. So,
Murder.
GRW, you got the platform. Give us some information about you. How did you get started into music? And we want to know everything because you also have the animals, and I have clips about that. So, let's talk about what you got going on.
Well, I started playing music, back in California, and I was really writing a lot of music and stuff while I was being a farmer up in Northern California. And I was inspired a lot by
The
our lives
lifestyle.
there and our lives and what was going on and all that sort of thing. And I've always been into music and I like all kinds of music. So,
Hmm.
but so my output can be like, I could write a country song one day and I could write a reggae song next day. And I like to rock out and I like to do all kinds of, music. So a lot of
Hmm.
the music that I'm doing now is I'm trying to bring back, together different genres, styles, and
I
try to make them into a new kind of music. So,
Throw
it's
them into a new blend.
That happy
yeah, it's a
music,
new
right?
blend of music, a
We're
new
we're
Right.
strain.
trying to get we're trying to push out some nice healing frequencies. I feel like
Yeah,
the music world could really use a little bit more GRW in their ears and their hearts.
I agree. I
yeah,
agree. It's really soothing. I agree. I love his music, and I was just really intrigued with it. And I agree with you, bringing something different because right now the world needs it. We need
yeah.
calm, like
Mm-hmm.
just some type
Well, we need like an
retro.
uplift with a little message just to remind us of where we're all at right now and how to step forward with that nice, like Gary's music to me's always got those like rainbow spectrums coming off of it. They're just so pretty.
Oh, thank you, thanks, honey. Well, I just the thing about music for me is it's a way of telling the truth, and it's a
Right.
way of reaching people and connecting with people, and so that's the best that music can do, right? So when you get out there and it helps you talk with people and maybe even help somebody. So that's what it's all about for me.
Yes,
the
I see that you like to write true stories from your life with your
Hmm.
music. So
Well,
you're bringing meaning to your music. I see that.
hmm absolutely. Well, the thing is that my latest album is called Marijuana Murder Ballads,
in the
and
tradition
Give
of
me give me
which
what
is
became the hook. What's behind that? How did you come up with the title and what motivated you to come up with that name for the song? I
well,
see
it's
Lisa
it's an
pointing.
entire album of stories, basically. Let's put
I threw out the concept to him. I was
I,
like, Gary, you got to put out a freaking murder
well
ballad album here.
because for a long time, for years, I read in true story songs, or tales of who we were and what like in Northern California, you'd hear stories about in the cannabis culture. You'd hear, and they were kind of like old Wild West stories, of
Mhm.
robbers and crooked cops and all kinds of crazy
Right.
stuff. So I just started writing.
Well, and how last year's ripoff is
Right,
next year's dirt.
right. And the first song I wrote was actually called "Down by the Greenhouse," and it's about two growers in northern. Say it was a story we heard in Northern California. Two growers, and they had an argument about their
Partners.
cut. They were partners, and
Mhm.
one got the other guy and buried him in a compost heap. So, and then
Oh wow.
confessed.
It was
So
on
so
K-Mo.
it's a little dark, but it's these are true stories that are in the grand tradition of ballad, like murder ballads. There's in American history they have
Johnny
murder
Cash.
Johnny Cash has done them. you know,
Hank Williams, like
Marty
all
Robbins, these
yeah.
sorts of
Right.
things. So it inspired me to keep writing. And, you know, and Lisa came up with it like, hey, why don't you put out this album of marijuana murder ballads? And so it just got me going. And so
It seemed
these
like it was
13 stories,
motivating. You
basically.
was able to create stories behind it. Like I
Right.
love a good storyteller where you're able to create concept,
Mm-hmm.
with content, and it was
Yeah.
really good content. So
Yeah.
it makes sense. So it
Yeah.
makes sense.
When you listen to the song, it's not just beautiful or haunting or whatever, but it also has a story you can listen to.
And you
And
know, I'm glad you said that. Let me play it right now so I can let my viewers hear it,
sure.
and
You play Down by the
also the
Greenhouse?
online guests. So I have I know it's a murder ballad. So you guys, let me introduce the actual song that I'm going to be playing. I guess it's more of like the album because I see it says a marijuana ballad. So
Marijuana
Marijuana
murder
murder
ballad.
ballads.
It's a
Yeah.
it's a
right.
mouthful.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
fun
so
to
you
say.
guys, let me. Okay, I see that. I heard
Okay.
that Mary Jane. I see it. I
Well,
like that.
that's the perfect song to play for people to get the idea about the album, because and that's going to lead into some other conversations we can have, because that song is called Legalization Blues.
Okay.
And you and I were talking about this earlier, how the legalization of cannabis in California has actually had a lot of negative effects for all the old mom and pop growers out there that basically
It's a
started the
lot
industry.
of they
And
are
so
suffering.
it's been tough for them because, you know, basically it was a way of grabbing a business that they started and taking it away from them, through
Right. So when I did
regulation
some
and
research,
yeah.
even with USA Today, they spoke about how you would think because the cannabis industry is booming right now, so many states are like opening their doors.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying that you would think that the smaller mom and pop spots, the smaller farmers would be doing good, but they're suffering. They're having hard times right now. So take the
Mm-hmm.
platform, GRW. Let us know why. How is that?
Overregulating.
Well, yeah,
And
I'm going to say my piece about it really fast is that basically I feel like it was the way they legalized it was a way to steal it from the people that started it, you know, and give it to the fat cats and all the corrupt politicians and things like that. I mean, what do you think? I mean, Lisa, like you were just out in California and,
oh yeah, I
you
mean,
Yeah,
know,
Lisa, what do
there's
you feel? What's your
legacy
perspective?
there's legacy farmers like I was in you earlier, like my good friends up at Todd and Teresa up at Impassable Farms are right now like dealing with the county's harassment and overtaxation, and they're like billing them for their own water. I mean, these guys were the original homesteaders, you know, they bought
Right.
140 acres and they're supreme land stewards. They're like in this bowl up at 3,000 feet elevation. It's just stunning. It's like close to the Himalayan ganja as you could possibly like imagine here in the States being
sure.
grown. You
I
know
mean,
what I
it's
mean?
they're
The elevation's stunning. There's peregrine falcon
right,
caves above them, but
they're making the world's greatest medical
sun
medicinal
grown, and they're like
marijuana.
paying
And
their bills, and they just keep harassing them and
yeah.
coming up with more reasons. And I'm talking about like dumb. I watched them print out 6 copies to label all the trees from the last 4 years. They've been Google mapping them and being like, well, what happened with these trees? And they're like, well, they were
Oh,
clearly
wow.
dead
Yeah.
and we got rid of them because it's a fire hazard. Hello, we're in California,
Right.
you know,
But the
so
point is that it
they're
from the
picking on them.
perspective of the people that
They beat them
actually
down.
the farmers, which is what we're talking about today, right? Farming and
Mhm.
stuff. From their perspective, it hasn't been beneficial for them. Um, you know, like for the wider public, obviously, we really believe in the healing powers of cannabis and CBD and all that stuff and
THC.
THC, and we really believe in that. And we want to talk more about that. But from the perspective of the small time farmer, it's been tough. So
And
it's
that's
a
what
weird thing.
Rolling Stone did an article in regards to the struggle between the small farmers. And they said the corporate cannabis can be traced back to when California voters
Yeah.
approved it 64 votes within
Yeah.
2016. And they
Mhm.
said since the 1960s, the cannabis farming has been economic through, I guess, Northern California communities.
Mhm.
But they said
Absolutely.
that it's a struggle right now with the smaller farmers.
Mhm.
And I was just like, wow, they said a lot of them are suffering.
Well, here's the thing. Prior to that, and the reason why a lot of these farmers got on board, not only did they drag Gavin Newsom up there making promises to everybody that he was going to protect the small guy, ha ha ha, that's how it always goes. They were getting like the reason why a lot of people voted for legalization is because they wanted to stop being harassed.
Right.
Like,
Gotcha.
when you like have black helicopters just like buzzing around and like destroying lives and killing people's dogs and wrecking their houses and
Oh,
stealing their
wow.
shit. I mean, they're just like the worst of the worst. So,
Surprise, surprise. The authorities are the most corrupt thing going. So,
yeah.
but the thing is
And
that
harassing the wrong people. And
Yeah.
so that kind of really drove it into this like, okay, well, then let's step up and legalize this shit because we don't want to deal with it like this anymore either.
But it's been
And
really
they
tough
did
out
say
there.
that from April 2022, they said 37 states right now
Mhm.
have legalized the medical use of cannabis.
Mhm.
And so that's a huge number. We all know that Nevada been doing this from back in the day. Corey, I know he has a lot to talk about with that. So, but it's like it's sad because they talked about like inside California cannabis crisis, the small weed farmers are facing extinction under expressive different regulation laws, like what Lisa was saying there.
Well, and here's the thing I was telling my friend earlier too. You know how a lot of all this craft cannabis came through the pipeline back in the day? It's
How?
all from like, kind of like the merry pranksters, like the hippies brought a lot of these cultivars back from like Afghanistan and places that they went and traveled around the world and like my friend Teresa, and if she's second generation, her family, built their homestead up there in the 70s and they all got a hold of these seeds and just like perfected it. So they're like
Uh-huh.
these amazing legacy growers. And they're just getting like pushed out. I tell a lot of people like if you buy cannabis and you don't know what farm you're supporting, you just don't know what they're putting, how it's being grown, and that's all very important to me. You
That
know
makes sense. You want to be careful who you
about the
Yeah.
medicine and
promoting
also
because you don't know what connections, who they're connected with. That makes sense. I wouldn't have thought about that
No,
makes a lot
well,
of sense.
because it has to be organic, and sun grown, and that's the real medicine.
When I tell people, what do you like Lucky Charms or do you like a good crunchy granola that's going to sustain you through the day?
Hey,
You say low.
So,
I have a question.
I'm here. I can you turn your volume up a little bit, please?
This is as loud as I can make my
Okay,
mic.
we got
That's
you.
well,
great.
I can hear you now.
Okay, hey, what's going on, GRW?
Hey, how's it going?
That's low.
Hi,
That's low.
Lo.
Nice
How
dope
you
vibe.
doing?
Cool.
Um, cool question. Real quick, I was
Mhm.
just listening in about the healing properties.
Mhm.
See, here in Vegas, it's kind of different from purchasing marijuana for a patient because when you come to Vegas, it's different from going to LA. When you go to LA, you just purchasing marijuana strictly. Even in Arizona, you're purchasing marijuana strictly on the THC levels. But
Hmm.
when
Mhm.
you come out to Vegas, they have terps, and that's
Right.
something that the patient really needs to
Mhm.
zero in on for the benefits of being healed. So,
Mhm.
can you please like just shed light on the healing properties of the marijuana from California?
Well, the terpenes, those are in
And excuse
California.
me,
There's
Gary, not to talk over you, but Fanny, are you listening?
yeah,
Fanny.
Fanny.
Yes,
Fanny
yes,
Pack.
I'm listening very
Ask you about the
closely.
terpenes.
Okay, great. I just want to make sure because Gary and his wife is gonna get some great awareness and information from a question that Corey just asked. So okay, GRW, you got the floor.
Okay. Well, what do you think about terpenes as opposed to just levels of THC. Like,
I mean, I'm a little bit mixed on this terp because that kind of brings out for me as like, you know, someone that kind of looks at cannabis too is like, you know, it's just it's such a beautiful plant, and the terpenes is what kind of like
well, the terpenes are the smell and the
Yeah.
flavor of the plant,
Yeah.
right? So it's
You
hard for
know,
me. It'd be hard to gauge like what the specific healing properties of a certain smell, like say if it was like a lemony
know
sort of strain,
or
or
pignon,
yeah,
like a
or,
Afghan.
you know, it's like there's so many different strains that it's difficult.
That's just strain breakdown. That's
Yeah,
just like sativa versus like
I'm
Right.
sorry.
indica.
That's
I'm
that
sorry to
fruit and
cut you
pebble
guys
stuff.
off, but you're actually when it comes to explaining the terps, you're kind of right, but it's like a hit or miss because it's more than just the flavor.
I'm sure.
It's more of like a downer or an uplifter
Oh
because
yeah.
it's terpenes from limonene to myrcene to caryophyllene to oxymylene, and that goes deep into being a bud tender. I'm a bud tender, a former bud tender from Las Vegas. I could, if a person came to me with pain, I could show them the exact strain to go to because I wouldn't give them cookies when I could give them, you know, I don't want them to just smoke something for the flavor. I want them to smoke for something that's going to help. Like
You
my
sound
mom.
very knowledgeable about it.
You don't think cookies will work?
No, cookies is only going to give you a mind bending effect.
Right.
Okay.
It's more like mind and euphoria, I think.
Because see, naturally your body has cannabinoid receptors in your brain.
Yeah.
So people who smoke CBD, they're actually healing themselves. When you're just smoking weed just to get high, you're not doing nothing for yourself but giving yourself a mind bending effect.
Okay, Corey, quick question.
Psychoactive.
So who and where do you go for like marijuana license? Like if somebody wanted to be a grower?
You would actually have to go to like
county.
the health department. It's actually a process because they take you through fingerprinting and they background check you, and then they actually send you somewhere to take a picture. It's a process.
I've been through all of it.
We did it.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, I'm quite sure GRW can relate to that.
Legalization is just, it was so invasive, and that mixed with climate change for us.
Well,
like this
let me just say the process of like when you like what you were talking about there, going through and getting all all your licenses and stuff. I mean, they kind of treated you like you were a criminal right off the bat.
Exactly.
You know?
They did me like that.
And
I got
really
felonies.
I got 2
felonies.
Like a cool process, you know.
So they gave up. So basically, if you have a felony, you can't do anything, right?
I know. It's like, but think about this. Anybody who's knowledgeable about, you know, growing and stuff like that, they probably might have like a felony or something.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, so they're already cutting, you know, and here's the thing.
They have a lot of loopholes to trap you up.
You know, they're not throwing people in jail for a small amount, which is great. And I would hope that they would let people out of jail for some of that stuff because they used the whole anti marijuana thing for the past 80 years to mess with people, you know.
So quick question, you guys. With them legalizing, what is it? So the 37 states that they legalized the medical use for cannabis within the U.S., they did that. It was a topic back in April of this year, which we're in April right now. And this is the new update they stated. So if someone has a felony charge in regards to marijuana, don't that supposed to be dropped?
The decriminalization.
I just haven't got mine dropped yet, but I had got my felonies back when I was young.
Right. So they're going to punish you for that, you know.
It all depends.
Gave me 2 felonies.
Yeah. They're trying to remove it from the people.
They're trying to take it away from the people and send it like everything else in American life. They want to give it to the big guys, you know. If Elon Musk could grow it all, they would have that, you know.
There's just like that domination, you know, and also like now it's so fashionable. Like I see what's going on. Everybody's got their, you know, brand and bling names and shit, but I'm not impressed with any of that stuff because I know being part of that movement for like 2 decades, like I know what it takes to be a real grower and a real fucking outlaw.
I like how you said that. Listen, GRW, you married to the right one. She's not playing no games.
Oh, you're
Okay.
telling me.
Anyway,
She healed me too,
we're,
just like the THC did.
we're all trying. We're just trying to push the good stuff with it. It's just a bummer that it's getting like going through this kind of quagmire of BS,
Right.
Like
Yeah.
Well,
it needs
And
to
to
be
see and
more accessible
quick
to people.
question, you
Like it's
guys, because I wanna, because I'm gonna jump over a little bit because I know we have like an hour. And one thing I've learned about my platform, it's supposed to be from 9 to 10 p.m.
uh-huh.
But and Lo can speak for this, we would be on the podcast for 2 hours. So we just lost a fan, and
Yeah.
she probably lost, she just lost a connection.
Oh
So I
no.
Yeah.
want to talk, like just go back to Gary right quick,
yeah,
Oh
and then we
sure.
can go back to the 420 because that is a huge hot topic. But I
it
still
sure
don't want to lose
is.
focus with this dope recording artist that I have on my platform tonight. Hi, Gary.
I'm in there now.
So Gary, let's talk about your music. I want to
Sure.
hear everything. Like when you're going to be performing.
Well,
What's going
I've
on?
recently we started going up to New York City, and that is really, it's been great. Like we played at this place called the Shrine in Harlem, and
Okay.
it's just a really cool
Shout out to
venue.
Frenchie. I seen you out
Oh
there. I
yeah,
seen
that's
Frenchie.
Frenchie.
Shout out
Frenchie.
Frenchie.
Shout out to Frenchie for that one. I mean, he got us in there, and then so that was really cool. And we're gonna be going back there on May 20th, and I'm gonna bring band, and that'll be great. And the other cool thing that we did out in New York is we played this underground hip hop party called Grab the Mic out in Queens, and that was
Okay.
off the chain. That was just like
Mm.
crazy. It was like so cool. It was very 420 friendly. Let's put it that way. And
And they're
you could
420
really breathe
friendly
in
up there.
there.
And I seen your images. I was like, yo, GRW is enjoying himself up there. I mean, you was
Oh,
looking good with the guitar.
Pure chaos.
it was pure chaos. I'd be lying if I said that I was totally cool the whole time about it. Like, the cops showed up, and you know, I was kind of like, maybe I should get out of here. And then, and no, and then,
And Corey, you heard him say, maybe I should get up out of here.
maybe I should get out of here. But I was like, you know what? I can't take this. This is crazy. And then I'm walking out the door, and Freaky Ka from the Lost Boys was like, he grabbed me. He said, "I need your positive energy right now. Do not leave." So,
You
so
said from the
and I'm
Lost
looking at a
Boys?
cop when he's saying this.
He
And
was
so
ready to
anyway,
get
I
up
go back
out of
in.
there.
Yeah, I would go back inside, and my backing tapes didn't work or anything. But who was the drummer that was there? What was his?
I don't know. His name's Deep Cover.
Deep
He
Cover
goes
is
by an Instagram.
he's this
Plays with hip.
cool dude, and he had a live drum set there, and I was just like, all right, let's just do it. And so we just did it, and it was great,
I seen it. You were awesome out there, and I'm listening to you, GRW, because you was just like you was about ready to go. And who was the person that grabbed you? Was like, no, I need your positive energy
Oh,
out here.
Freaky Ka. He's a rapper. He's I don't know if he was in Lost Boys, but it was kind of, he hosted the event, and it was in honor of one of the Lost from Queens. He passed away, and so
Okay.
hip hop.
Hip hop
He's a
legend.
local hip hop
They
legend.
were good.
Yeah, they were good, and
So
so
I got
yeah,
a
so
video I want to
New York
play
City is really
of. I
great.
want to play a quick video of your remix with Junior Reed. You guys,
Yeah, we were
you know,
down in
GRW
Jamaica
is doing
last
his
year.
thing. Y'all better stop sneaking on. Listen to my viewers that's watching. Stop
Salute.
sleeping on him. Go follow him at GRW_music.
On
He's doing
Instagram.
some major stuff. And let's play this video right quick. It's
Let's
just a
do
little snippet.
just a little
And
bit.
it's enough to have you guys go run to his page and follow him so you can get in his movement with him.
Okay. All
Yo,
right.
Yo,
GRW, that video is so hot. You
I
guys look
like
like y'all
that.
had so
Yo,
much
I'm about
fun.
to roll me another one right now.
yeah, no,
I
you
like
gotta check that whole. Yeah, you gotta roll a big fat one for that song. You know, that
So
was
shake
that
it.
was
Wild song too.
that was a crazy adventure there, working with Junior Reed in Jamaica, and
Yeah, that's nice though. Yeah.
That's really
yeah.
nice. I love how you had the horses and it was like
Well,
so
let me tell you about that. That video was shot in on our farm, the Sacred Dog Ranch, and in Jamaica. So Junior Reed came here to the farm and recorded it in my studio, and then we made
okay.
some in the. Okay, it's a garage.
I'm jealous of you, man.
It's
I'm jealous.
That's why everybody like you're
okay.
humble.
Is it
about your
okay? Is it okay for me to say it's a garage? Okay,
Yeah.
but and so yeah. So and then then we went down to Jamaica and filmed the other part of it down there. So that was a crazy adventure. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yo, I love that video. Like and Junior Reed is just so he seemed like he's so laid back and you was like such in the zone. Like the energy from that video just seemed like you guys was like in there, like you enjoyed yourself.
We
You
did. You
felt
know,
like you was in your element.
Ah,
yeah. Well, you know,
yes.
Junior, he never ridden a horse in his whole life.
Are you
So
serious?
never. He said he got on a horse once when he was a kid in Jamaica, but I think that was his first time.
That was the first time really
So I
riding.
know that was a great experience for
That
him
was
because
his
it's
first time
always
really
good to
riding.
be able to experience like something different. So I'm quite sure he enjoyed himself.
And that was one of our rescues, Fancy.
Yeah, that was Fancy. That's our unicorn horse. He was riding the white horse. But this is an example of like the kind of thing that I'm trying to do is like, bring together different culture, different things, and make a new kind of a new strain of music,
I
if you
like
will.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
The new
I like
frequency.
that. And let's talk about I see that could you in regards to rescuing animals. Let's talk
Hmm.
about that too.
Absolutely. Well, Lisa and I have had a farm in California, the Sacred Dog Ranch out there for probably decades. And we brought our whole thing out this way to near Nashville, Tennessee,
Okay.
because of the wildfires out there. It's like that, because, yes, because basically, like, it was scary to like have to pack up a bunch of horses when a wildfire was coming at your ranch. So we were
Oh
like, you know
wow.
what, we can't take this anymore. In terms of like Lisa is just has such a love for all of God's creatures, and over the years we've rescued horses, goats, dogs, cats, just all sorts of things. And so now we have a ranch that has over 100 animals on it.
Mhm.
Mm.
And the thing about that is it ties in with the regenerative farming practices, the organic, holistic gardening, because what do animals do? What do they make? They make poop, right?
Right.
And you know what? And it turns out shit can be turned into gold. And so their poop and all that stuff and their bedding turns into wonderful soil
Mhm.
that then you can grow really wonderful plants out of. And and the cycle goes on and on. So it's like you're buying bags of
Yes, growing
soil and
organic definitely increases the
chemicals,
flavor.
and all that stuff. So it's all
And I
part of
want to say this also.
part of the same thing.
So GRW Corey, he's he's married to my god sister. So they're out. They just actually she's the one that's from Puerto Rico, and so
Oh yeah.
she is an advocate on living off the land. And I know you're living off the land, and she has service animals and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
they're really big with that. And I know what you were just saying, how you rejuvenate with the drop, the stuff from the animals is basically gold.
The stuff. Yeah.
Yes,
Well, I mean, and we work a land. The land. It's like it becomes greener than everything around it. There's just so much good nutrients going into the total nitrogen and all of that stuff. And
how
so
long do you
we're
vegetate
really
your
making
plant?
it come alive. And that so the animal rescue works in conjunction with the organic farming and all of that stuff, and it's all one thing. And then I write some of my best songs when I'm out tilling the field, so
Makes
it's all
sense.
working for
Mm,
us, you know.
I feel you.
That makes sense. So I see you. I seen a video where you were out. I no, not you. I think it was your wife and
Mhm.
your daughter. They was out there farming. Where I guess with the garlic. They
Mhm.
was
Yeah,
so.
that's it. Wasn't that Christmas? Okay, it was Christmas Day, if you can believe it, and it was a beautiful day. This is just last Christmas, and they're out there, and it's the soil that the animals help. And then so Loretta, who is just cute as a bug, is out there with a hoe making rows, and we're planting garlic.
Mhm.
So that's kind of what it's all about.
Yeah,
To
man.
my viewers that watching, I want to show this clip. I have a clip of them out because I really want to get into farming. Like, I'm
Hmm.
going to start off small,
Yeah.
but
So how many acres you got?
How many acres we have in Fairview, Tennessee? Here we have 46 and a half acres, but
Ooh.
ooh, that's a lot of
30, 30,
land.
32 of the acres are actually forest with two
Uh,
creeks that converge, and it's just absolutely beautiful down
We have
there
really nice water.
and really nice.
Lo,
And
let me show this video how
yeah.
gorgeous that. Oh my gosh, watch this video. They
y'all
look,
just
they was.
mean.
I have one more video too, you guys. Like GRW, he's doing his thing out there. You right.
That's what's
You
up.
writing a lot of good music out there, just relaxing, chilling. Check
You
this
got
out,
it
Lo.
made, GR.
I know. Did you
So
see?
GRW, you have a lot of animals.
Yeah, you ever heard of that comedian Tony Baker? You ever heard of Tony Baker? No.
Oh my
Anyway,
God, you have to
he's
shout
hilarious.
out to Tony Baker.
He's,
We love him.
he does funny animal videos, and we wanted to send them to him because that baby goat just goes head over heels, like it's hilarious. But yeah, we have a lot of goats.
I just got more goats and
We
sheep
got more
today.
goats today. We've had goats for God 15 years.
Yeah, more.
So
15.
GRW, you guys are basically an advocate. You guys are out there living off the land.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing our very best. I mean, that would be the ideal thing where we didn't have to go to the store all the time. But we
Especially with
Y'all
the
still go
still
price
to the
of
they
grow.
still
store.
going to they still going to the store
We're going to the store. Yeah,
We're trying to eliminate it as much
yeah.
as
I
possible.
wish I could say that we were just eating it, but we haven't got
now.
our canning up to speed yet. So
Once you get your canned foods up, you'll
yeah,
be
we get
good.
well.
This year we're gonna do some fire
Yeah, but it's like
ciders
yeah.
and immune.
So you know what? A lot of the stuff, and Lisa is like obviously she's a genius with this stuff, but a lot of the things that are made here are healing tinctures, salves, balms, and things like that. And like she makes a really nice salve that's green colored, and it works well. And you know, uh, that fire cider.
So we're making
Yeah,
fire
we make it
ciders
out
and
of
then we're making
elderberries.
elderberry.
Yeah,
Hmm.
elderberries. So we're growing a lot of herbs and things like that to help heal people. Actually, is our big thing.
So let me ask you a question. What would be your advice for someone, GRW? Because I heard you say in regards to healing, with someone that might have had, just say for an example, if somebody just had like hip replacement surgery or any type of surgery, what would be your advice of what they should use to heal better where they don't feel the pain? Because a lot of individuals that have surgery, they really don't want to have be taking drugs all the time, like the
Yeah.
medication, the prescription. So,
Mm.
what advice would you advise them in regards with the CBD oil, or what would you say
I would,
for
well,
healing?
I don't know about CBD oil, but I think with regards to taking a bunch of pills that the doctors give you, don't do it. You know, it's just gonna make you feel like, you know, it's gonna make you ornery. So what we feel the best thing is the topical topical a THC topical is an excellent analgesic, meaning it takes away pain, and it
Mhm.
also by reducing inflammation. Right? See, a
Mhm.
lot of the things that cause pain, the things that cause cancer, things that cause pain, you know, are is inflammation. Right? So
I was
what
just
is
going to say that
yeah? So
something you need something to
THC or
reduce the inflammation
and
and the
CBD to a lesser
chronic pain.
extent, yeah, will take away inflammation, and crazily enough, it takes away pain too.
What
And
about for
so,
someone that's like have issues with um maybe someone that's having seizures? They don't have them all the time, but they have seizures at times. And
well, now remember they had that CBD that was what did they call that strain that was developed?
Oh, the Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's Web. Remember
mhm.
a few years back in Colorado, they had a CBD
I
strain.
don't actually know the break. That might have been like a 20 or something.
Yeah, but it was developed for a young girl actually, right?
Yeah.
And she had epileptic seizures, correct?
Mhm.
And it really helped her with that because, but I'm not an expert on any of that stuff,
Yeah,
but
the good thing about my platform, GRW, none, I always let it be known, no one is an expert, no one is I do have some professionals that I interview.
right.
However, this is just your perspective for what you've been through or whatever you might know somebody took.
Mm-hmm.
You're not saying, okay, this is what's going to help.
Oh
You're just
yeah,
giving your opinion. So
I'm
that's the
definitely not
cool
giving medical
thing
advice.
about my platform. Is no right or wrong, is what is your preference, is what is your perspective. So, and
Right,
it's
right.
respectfully is your perspective.
Huh.
So a quick question, Corey.
Yes.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
How do you feel the future of legalization and discrimination in regards with the cannabis? How do you feel about the future with that?
I feel like the future with legalization is gonna really it's gonna expand more. The market is definitely gonna expand more, but it's I think is the thing is the reason it's taking so long is the decriminalization part because not too many systems are gonna just they're just not gonna just let people off the because they're gonna have to let people out of jail too. That's
That's what
one
I
thing you have to.
that's what I
So
said
once they
earlier on.
Well,
And
there's a
they
lot of
probably don't want to do
forces.
that, right? What'd you say,
I
GRW?
said there's a lot of forces that don't want it to be legal because, like, big pharmacology, and
right.
how they make money off of people up, you know. So
Exactly. Like I was saying with the Terps with like he's saying it was shut down the pharmaceutical business. They would lose a lot of money because
yeah,
people would wake up and find more natural substances like CBD. Like one of the Terps I would recommend for a person or a patient that's having inflammation would be carafalene. Carafalene is a terp that helps with pain and inflammation. So you can buy weed strain and look at carafalene, and you would know you would be helping yourself with inflammation while you're smoking, or either it's in the edible. But
So
as far
Corey,
as
quick question. Georgia, from and this is your perspective again, or either from the knowledge that you know, Georgia is different with the different CBD oil laws than Vegas. Or if someone is in Georgia and they're trying to get some type of healing, would they be able to go to Vegas, or would they be able to get it mailed to Georgia? How does that work?
um, I'm not sure about the mail part, but they could actually go to Florida or either Vegas and get the license, but they would definitely need a license to get that product. You can't just purchase a CBD product. You actually have to have a license for that.
I'm glad you said it. That was my next question. Can you use your marijuana license in other states?
no,
No, you can't
Okay.
Huh?
use your marijuana license in other states. Only thing that you can benefit from in other states is getting discounts on your purchases.
What about you, Lo? I know you're out in Michigan. Are I know. Do you have people that have their marijuana license, and
Yes.
how is the dispensaries and everything out there in Michigan? Is it a lot? You think it's better than Vegas? You think it's better than California? What's your perspective?
No, I think shit, California probably because they weed, but other than that, here in Michigan it's different. You really don't have to have your license. I mean, for real. I
Oh
mean,
wow.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
somewhat, and you can hold like 2 ounces on you.
Without
You know,
being in trouble, catching a charge. Well, that's good.
you
No
can have
license.
2 ounces. Yeah.
You can carry two
Can't,
ounces in Michigan with no marijuana license.
yeah, you can have 2 ounces.
That's beautiful.
Corey said that's beautiful.
The
So, what is the purpose of high taxes, you guys, with the dispensaries? Who can answer that question?
purpose?
Hmm.
I have an opinion about that.
Okay, I love to hear
It's
it.
I think it's designed to destroy the business, destroy people because here's my perspective. Back when in 1990, what 97 when they made they had prop 215 in
Hmm.
California, it made medical marijuana legal, right? Um, was the dispensaries uh would try told all the farmers, you got to sell it to us cheap and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, we won't
Hmm.
buy it, right? And what did they do? They didn't change their prices. So basically what it is the tax
Y'all
like
dispensary, y'all getting like the streets.
right, that's the thing. In California, they put the tax so high for the now for
Yeah,
recreational stuff that people still
yeah,
don't go to dispensaries because it's too
yeah,
expensive. So
yeah,
it just
Wow.
drove people to they still buy, on the street corner or whatever.
yeah.
And that's it's just they kind of screwed it up there, in my opinion.
So it's really it was an advantage. They made the actual taxes so high, so it's like why even go into the
Right, because
dispensary?
Yeah.
it's driven by greed, right? They're like, oh, it's weed, it's marijuana. There's all this money to be made, and they just take any like care with it. And so
Yeah, it's
that's
definitely
Basically,
from the government to
they just
profit.
like the streets.
exactly. Well, the government is the ultimate. They're the ultimate hoods, right? So
Right.
that's
Right.
how it is.
And it's and then with Corey, with you, this question. So with Nevada, it's been legal out there for recreational since what 2016, or was it before then?
The thing about Vegas, they're kind of smart with their taxes because they back their taxes up, if I'm not mistaken, on school and
So just
kids.
a perspective. This is your perspective, or either from what someone might have told you, or do you know, or you're not sure.
This is from another perspective of talking to another bud tender that was also just informing me about Chicago, because see, Chicago, their taxes are a little higher than Vegas. You would actually, instead of spending, compared to Vegas, 25 to 40 an eighth, you would go to Chicago and spend 60 to $75 an eighth. And
Yeah.
that's because they have crazy high taxes. And I don't know why or what it's backed up on, but Vegas,
Faith, excuse me, this is your system.
Hi, sis.
Hey, I have a real statement on that. Due to cannabis is not federal, is
yeah,
not
it's
still,
not it's not legal on the federal
it's
level.
not legal on a federal level. So basically, the states are saying basically, yeah, here we can give you a business, but you got to pay this much, and you paying the state. It's a state thing. It's
It's
not a
protection
government
Okay.
thing
racket.
because it's legal all the way around. See, the government give our states to make certain laws. That's why they put people in place.
So
So
what's the
that's why excuse me.
so I guess my question would be, what would be the best part of the market to invest in? Like, is it like I'm just saying from right now, because when you think about if we go back to like what GRW said when they was farming, it was the smaller farmers, the mom and pops, they had an advantage before them, I guess, opening up to states and the bigger people, the bigger corporations coming in. What's the best part of the market to invest in right now?
Can I answer that one?
I would love to hear it.
My opinion, I say the best investment right now in the cannabis industry. And I know GRW, I know your wife is against this, but I feel like the best investment would be your own strain because number one,
Oh,
it's a product. Because it's a product. When it's a product, you can place that product in any dispensary,
Yeah.
oh, I'm
anybody
not
We're
against that.
working
dispensary.
on that.
Yeah, no, we're not
Oh
against
no,
that at
no.
all.
Lisa said they working on that.
No,
I know
yeah, no.
that.
Believe me, I would love to do. We're doing some like cross branding stuff, you know. So
We're into
I get
collaboration.
it, man. You
All
know,
kinds.
it's all about that right strain, right? You know,
Yeah, branding. You know, you get
branding.
the branding going and you get that product behind the brand. I mean, you get your brand behind the product, it's definitely going to go in the dispensary no matter what. You have Method Man, he just released to
Oh yeah,
Cal. You have Lil Wayne with Jakua, however you pronounce that. You have Burner with Cookies. All of those are brands, and they're releasing
Right,
strains under those brands.
I
And
know.
regardless, you never get to see them, but you get to see these strains in every dispensary.
right.
Yeah,
Mike Tyson just released a brand.
I heard that, Corey. I heard that. I was like, okay,
uh,
everybody's coming into the market right now.
well, you know, actually,
At
out here in
least take
Nashville,
Even
though,
a
Remy
half a
Ma.
million. It
in
takes a
Remy
half a
Ma
Nashville,
just
though,
million
they
just to
released
got
a
start.
Willie
strain.
Nelson had a strain. What? How many years ago has he had one?
Please reserve a company.
He has a company, so you know the people in Nashville are hip to this stuff too. It's
Well,
fun.
Yeah,
here's a fun fact. Have you
I'm
guys ever
ready.
heard of the Emerald Cup?
Yeah.
the Emerald Cup.
You heard of the
Educate
Emerald
us.
Cup?
Educate us, Lisa.
Well, it's now kind of grown into this exciting big cannabis industry. You know, what do you call it? Like not a trendsetter, but like they're like, picking and choosing some of the highest grade
Right.
cannabis. You know, well that I started that. That was my baby that I created with Tim Blake. So I'm the
Wow.
creatrix that brought the cannabis out of the closet. And I
Uh,
wanted to pair it with like
Wow.
amazing music, and I just wanted to show off the grower's skills because I had never really.
That's so dope.
First of all, I was just
That is
awestruck.
dope for real.
I was
yeah.
awestruck by the experience that I had because it's definitely a story to tell, which I won't get into fully,
We're
but
gonna have to bring you back so you can tell that story because I would love to
I'm
hear
just,
it.
I'm just gonna
yeah.
say salute, big sis.
Yeah. Salute.
What up?
Y'all doing y'all thing anyway.
Thank
So,
you.
Lisa, quick question. Like earlier on, I know we were talking, me, you, and GRW. We was talking about in regards to the information that I received online, where, and for everybody that if you want to follow someone, is Let's Be Blunt Montel, and that is Montel Williams. Remember, he had a talk show,
Yeah.
and he's like I guess he's like an advocate with cannabis. The page that I found that was on Instagram, he has a lot of good positive and good content out where they're talking. He was also the person where I got the information where they said that great job Tennessee. They're going to put their first ever cannabis bar and restaurant. They'll be opening up in spring, and I know you guys said y'all heard about it, but y'all haven't seen anything happen yet.
No, and it's probably under the guise of like the lab. It's probably CBD stuff. They like to say that the Delta 8s are like pure THC. I don't know. I read about it. It's another
Right.
one
I
of these
feel the same
corporate
way about the
players that I
Delta.
don't really understand, and I don't think they really care about our story around here. It's kind of weird.
Well, you
Nashville's
guys
weird.
follow him. He has a podcast, a lifestyle podcast on YouTube. It's called Let's Be Blunt with Montel. He has some interesting content out, so might
Okay.
be good to follow him. But yeah, he was talking about that. He was bringing a lot of awareness. I guess because he's been having his own issues with health, maybe or something like that. So he's
Called
been
Let's
coming to
Be
advocate.
Blunt.
Yeah, it's called Let's Be Blunt Montel. He has some really good content on his Instagram, and you can go to
Okay,
his
I'm
YouTube
following
channel.
him.
Yeah, because he talks about the cannabis laws, um, and stuff like that, and
Yeah,
what's
just all
equitable
the
about it.
current, what's going on, the hell
Mhm.
that everybody's going through, the price drop, with the quality.
Yeah, it's a
And
lot.
honestly, the
It's
craft is it's like exploding. Cannabis has just like gone through so many amazing transitions. Like I've just seen that plant, like the genetics now that people are making are mind blowing.
There's so many things you can do with the marijuana. You can make hemp, and what's mind-boggling to me right now is the gas prices, right?
No fuel.
Right.
But
Yeah, we could have
when you do your
biofuel from
research
hemp.
on hemp, you can actually make oil and gas from it. You can make clothes, you can make paper. There's so many benefits behind marijuana. Well, hold
Well,
on, let me
that's
say cannabis. There's so many
Right.
benefits behind cannabis. It sounds professional when you say cannabis.
Right.
of course. You
Right.
know, I just think in general, like the cannabis brought us to the regenerative side of farming because we were pushed into this, like, well, there's not a lot of water back here, but we could make it if we like build up mulch. So we like led us into this whole world that opened up, and now here we are, in Tennessee, like with these beautiful holistic gardens that I got going, and I'm so
I
excited.
can't wait
Like
to see that. It seems like
I
it's
go
so cool.
the
I
Is
just
it
want
elderberry
a cup.
fairy
I just
path.
want
percepative?
like 2 acres.
What's that?
I just
What,
want 2 acres.
you want 2 acres?
Okay,
I
so
just
quick,
want to
so
do
you guys, I got a
WC.
quick question
We
because,
hit
like I
camp.
stated, the dialogue will go into over an hour. Fanny, do you have any questions for any of the online guests or our special guest tonight, GRW, or his lovely wife? Do you have
Uh,
any questions?
uh,
Ah,
yes, I would like to talk to her off the camera. I
Okay,
mean, off the
understood.
stage. Yeah, because
I'll let you ask
one
her questions once I end the broadcast tonight.
right,
Understood.
and one thing is with my surgery, I just thank God that he gave me an excellent team, and I don't have any pain, but I have what they call those muscle spasms.
mm-hmm.
And so I have some CBD uh, lotion that I was using prior to, and it works good.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
That's good.
but I would like to know if you know of any other CBD products that is good for muscle spasms.
So what we'll do, Fanny, once I end the broadcast tonight,
Uh-huh.
Corey, if you could stay online and
Okay.
GRW for a quick second, and then you guys can give her some information because I guess she wants to talk to you more, private.
Sure. Yeah, that's no
Yes,
Okay,
problem.
yes.
okay,
Sounds good.
understood. Quick question, Corey.
Yeah.
To some, and these are questions that I think my viewers will want to know.
Okay.
I don't know if this is your perspective or if this is actual awareness or knowledge that you know. Can a person still get in trouble on a federal level holding a current license?
That all depends on the states because every state is gonna like he was saying about Michigan. You could have 2 ounces on, but
Yeah.
here in Vegas, if you have they have more than one license that you can get.
What are the
And
different license? Do you know all the different license?
yes, you can have a manufacturing license and you can actually have a license to actually transport marijuana in Vegas.
Oh,
Mm.
So I don't know how each state works, but they actually have a transporter license for marijuana because you gotta think about it. Once you invest all your money, you may invest into a facility. You can't even take your marijuana that you just grown from your facility into a dispensary. You would have to pay somebody to come get your stuff because you don't
oh
have a
wow.
transporter license.
So
But if you
basically, it's a job for
get over,
everybody. It's a
you get pulled
basically
over.
everybody's
Yeah, but the
working.
farmer is the one that's not been getting paid, and that's the bummer part, because I know how much
Oh.
work it goes into, like,
I'm sorry to cut you off. Hey, what you were saying?
I was like, it's a job for everybody, and Lisa GRW's wife was like, it's just a bummer. It is a job for everybody, but the smaller mom and pop farmers are the ones that's not getting paid because of stuff like that.
well, it's just like the farmers in general are the ones that are suffering, unless you're like locked
Right.
into some like,
That's in
But y'all the
everywhere.
growers.
yeah.
And see, that's what I was saying in regards
I
what
mean, you got to pump
I
your
guess it was
brand.
I think it was
That's
USA
it. You got to
Today. They
pump your
did an
brand.
actual topic in regards to you would think the smaller mom and pop farmers would be making money, but they're suffering right now because the bigger
You don't,
corporations are coming in doing
if
the
you
Yep.
don't have
growing
a
there.
brand behind you, they don't want to touch your weed. I've talked to so many growers just on the streets of Vegas, they was telling me about their grandfathers and their uncles, how they did this and that, and how
Right.
they're actually into cannabis and growing in California. And they was like, they taking their marijuana to the dispensaries and tried to sell it to them, and they like, no. They even went down on the prices, and they still was like, no. If you don't have a brand and a name behind that marijuana, they're not gonna touch it. So they're gonna look at it like somebody just brought some dope in.
Hey, Nikki Purple.
It's not a
Yeah,
product.
it's not a product.
No, that's totally true.
It is true.
Totally. Hey.
So seeing it has its ups and downs. I got one more question for you guys, and I guess whoever can answer this question. And these are like important questions that the viewers would like to know. The smallest lucrative investment that a person can make in case they would like if they wanted to try a test run, what would that be? GRW, Low or Corey? What would y'all say?
That'll be a
And
$500,000 to do
you
some
can
stuff
take
like
this.
that.
Oh, you're talking about the money or what?
For a
Yeah,
test
one of the
run,
questions that I received was, what is the smallest lucrative investment someone can make in case they wanted to do a test run that they was trying to get involved with the cannabis?
Cannabis, well, I mean, it's not, you have to, like, if you're going to be grown on somebody's land that has a license, like, you're going to be paying money for that usage.
I think
you know?
Corey used $1 million.
Yeah.
Told you
oh
he
no,
needs a $500,000. He needs a $500,000.
What
Yeah.
would you say, Corey?
honestly,
What you need? That's
honestly,
variable.
It depends on what you're investing in.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would invest into like something small, like a pack of papers. Seriously.
I think that's a solid investment. You
So
can make
Corey,
anything with that.
give us the meaning. What's the
I'm
synopsis in
serious.
regards to
Look
just
at
investing?
raw. Look at
Okay.
raw papers. Look at raw papers. You get a rapper to pick your brand up and promote it. Don't nobody know the man behind raw, but they know we
That is
always
smart
smoking his paper.
branding. That is smart
Yeah,
branding.
Branding is
yeah.
branding.
Well,
But
did you
let me.
guys
I
notice
like
the
that
Gary
concept,
came?
Corey, because
It's
Snoop Dogg talked about he was on Drink Champs, and Snoop
Mhm.
Dogg talked about how when Instagram first started, he said he was the first person to promote Instagram, and they was like, "Well, wait a minute, you got some shares?" He was like, "No, that's why now whenever you see me promoting stuff, I make sure I get my share." So you're right, Corey, because an influencer can make your stock go up, because that's what
Yeah.
happened with Instagram, and these are like the big chair like officials and the big bosses was within Instagram. Snoop Dogg talked about how they were like saying it's because of Snoop Dogg that we blew up.
Yep.
Let me just quickly say, like in the gold rush, when everybody was running out to California to go get gold ground. Here's
Hmm.
an investment advice for you. Who makes all the money when that happens? The people that sell the pixels, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Exactly.
So, you know what I mean? So you know what I'm talking about, which
supply chain.
it's all about the supply chain and
Supply and
branding.
demand.
Supply and demand. That's what I was going to say.
Okay.
Anyway,
Well, it's been awesome.
Gary would
Yes,
love to
it's
come
been.
play some events if anybody's got some great events that need some
Beautiful music
some,
at.
yeah.
I agree with you, and I'm gonna keep my ears open for that, Gary, GRW, so we can get you out here to Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
We went over 10 o'clock. I want to say first, thank you to all my viewers that tuned in tonight. I had
Mm.
a great online audience. Shout out to Hood Stars. We're gonna be bringing him back. He's
Thank
an
you.
entrepreneur out in Michigan. Shout out to Corey D. That's out in Vegas doing
Thank
big
you.
things with my sister out there. And she's an advocate also, Lisa, in regards to living off the land with farming, because she has property out in Puerto Rico.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we got to go visit her.
We want to go to Puerto Rico so bad.
Yeah, we're
Look,
down to
Corey,
Yeah.
GRW says set it up. We're gonna take a family trip and
Oh,
follow
let's
you guys
go.
out to Puerto Rico.
Let's all go.
And
Let's all go.
Hey,
I
if I
want to
can't
see
if
it.
I can't get 2 acres, I still want 1 acre.
And Hood Stars is still talking about 1 acre. Bless his heart.
That's all he needs.
That's all
And
it
shout
takes.
out to Fanny. If
That's a
anyone
good
is looking for an actor for any upcoming short films or movies,
Oh
she's
yeah.
the person. Listen, I use her for one of my commercials for a client that reached out to me to create a
Are you going to
commercial
from here?
for a
Grab a chair.
natural smoothie.
Let's go.
So Fanny is an actor if anyone is looking for an actress. And I just want to shout out and give my kudos and the platform. I'm so humbled. Thank you, GRW, for coming, gracing my platform, bringing the knowledge that you brought within just within the farming and what you're doing with the service animals, and I mean not the service animals, the animals, and just speaking
Rescue.
about 420 and cannabis and your music.
Oh
You
yeah.
have a hot reggae mix with Junior Reed. Congratulations to that.
Man, love your music, man.
You
Yeah,
got
I
a
Thank
love
new
you.
your
one coming
music.
out.
Yeah, we got a new one
Yeah.
coming
I
out called
enjoyed what I
Heart of
heard
this
tonight.
Let me just do
I
a little
really did. Yes,
salesmanship. I got a new single
I
coming
need you to
out.
promote your stuff,
Yeah,
GRW.
it's
Promote
called
all your
yes,
music.
it's called
yes,
Heart of the
yes. Do
City,
that.
and I do it with Junior Toots. He's the son of Toots Hibbert from the Maytals, and
Hmm.
it's gonna be on VP Records. It's a classic, legendary reggae label out of Brooklyn, Queens. Sorry, and check it out. It's coming out next month. And just go to GRW Music on YouTube and see all the cool videos
Oh,
there.
that's what I was going to ask.
And your
There you go.
Instagram.
So we're
And my
gonna do
Instagram.
a quick recap. GRW underscore music. You guys can follow him on Instagram. Follow
Yes.
him within his
I'm
YouTube
Sacred
information he
Dog.
just released on YouTube. The cool thing is everyone that's on my platform tonight, whether they are the special guest, which is GRW, the Nashville Recording Artist, to Hood Stars, entrepreneur out in Michigan, Fanny and Corey, whatever information you guys want to give me, give it to me so I can put it in my link on YouTube and Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter so I can promote everything that you guys got going on. Just send me an email with all your information so I can upload it so everyone can find you. Right now, the cool thing on YouTube, I do have your information, GRW, where people can actually go and follow you on Instagram. But they need to follow your YouTube channel because you have a lot of positive and good stuff going on. And I just want to wish you all the luck within your music with creating dope content and writing, and you're gonna blow up. So you're
And nice meeting
Yes, he
y'all too.
is.
And nice meeting
Yes, he
y'all.
is. Yes,
Nice. Oh,
nice,
nice to
Well,
meet you
thank
Move with the
guys.
you.
praise.
And
nice meeting all of you all tonight. Yes.
And to all my viewers, I want to say thank you for tuning in to Unfiltered with Faith Adorne tonight. And I want to do a quick disclaimer. All of my guests that are able to come on my platform every night, every Thursday at 9 p.m., I give everyone an opportunity to voice their opinions and perspective. It's not saying it's right or wrong, it's just their perspective. And guess what? We're in the United States, so it's freedom of speech. And
Amen.
everyone does it respectfully. And if you're watching, you can actually tune in. You can see us next Thursday at 9 p.m. If you have a risky topic you would like to submit, or how about a confession? Or if you wanted to just present a testimony, or if you're an entrepreneur and you would like to be interviewed, send me an email at unfilteredwithfaithadornshow@gmail.com. I actually have the information in my link. And again, all of my guests, everyone was giving their perspective. No one is saying they're professional. It's just their opinion. So don't hold nobody to it. We're just having fun. And I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in to Unfiltered with Faith Adorn tonight. And thank you so much for coming on my platform, GRW, with your education. Like I feel educated between you and Corey and
That's
Lowell.
a
And I'm
great
quite sure my
discussion.
viewers got some good knowledge also.
Thank
I
you so
did.
much, Faith.
Faith, you did such an awesome job.
Thank you. This
Thank
was a
you for
wonderful
pulling
evening.
this all together. That's
Thank
great.
All
you
right,
so
y'all.
much. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna end the night. GRW, you guys stay on, Corey, because Fanny wants to answer you some questions
Okay.
without the cameras. So
That's so
I'm sorry, you guys that's watching. Y'all can't hear, but anyway, good night.
Good.
Good night.
Please.
Oh, that's so sweet. And
Happy Friday.
That must be
Good Friday.
Miss
see you
Miracle.
guys next Thursday at 9 p.m. on all the platforms. Follow us on Unfiltered with Faith Adorn on Instagram. Subscribe to my
Oh
YouTube
man.
channel at Unfiltered with Faith Adorn. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. See you soon.
Bye.